So I'm back with a flip through for the month of September in my sort of mini project life project. But before I do that, I thought I'd share an idea that I came up with recently in how to get sort of free scrapbooking materials. So I was going round the range a couple of weeks ago, and I was there to look for scrapbook materials, and there wasn't really anything that I saw that I liked. And then was just wandering around and saw this wallpaper, and I thought this would be perfect. Oh, sorry, it's a bit rustly. For as like backing paper for my Costa Rica album. So I'm going to sort of like the jungly part of the country. So obviously I wanted stuff for with leaves and stuff, and I just thought this would be perfect. And so what I did was, you're allowed to take little samples. They've got an open roll that you can take some off. So yeah, I just sort of got a large, I mean, it's not, I made sure I didn't take the piss and take too much, but yeah, so I just sort of pulled off a bit that I can then cut up and use as my backing paper on some of the pages. Obviously I won't be able to do the whole scrapbook, but yeah, not bad for a free little sample. And then I also got this one because I'm planning to do a day trip to, I think it's called Rio Celeste, which is it's like a waterfall national park. So I thought this sort of looks a bit waterish. And then, because sort of obviously, well, hopefully the jungle will be bright, full of animals and bright flowers. I also picked up this one. So yeah, I mean, to be fair, I would actually... this one and this one, if I had like a small feature wall that I wanted to decorate, I would actually consider using this paper as well, but unfortunately I'm not decorating at the moment. But I just thought that was, that's a good way to get some scrapbooking stuff for free. Obviously you can't take too much, but yeah. And then I also picked up this one because I really like the pattern, and so I thought just for general day-to-day scrapbooking. So yeah, that's my little hack of how to get some free scrapbooking material. I sort of limited myself to four little samples because I thought that's enough. But if you're braver than me, then go and take the whole shop's supply of free wallpapers. But yeah, I thought I'd share that because I'm quite proud of myself for that little hack. So that's that, and I'll now get into the flipping through of the month of September. So I'll just go through which bits I've crossed off on my sort of bingo card for this month. So the first one I'll talk about is this one. So I reached 100 YouTube subscribers, which I know in the grand scheme of things is not it's not much, but I'm really proud that sort of I hit like a big-ish number. It's not a big number at all, but sort of like obviously 100 is sort of quite a significant number. So yeah, I'm happy about that. I'm not expecting to get thousands of subscribers at all, but the fact that I've sort of reached 100, there's 100 people out there who have subscribed to my channel because they might want to watch it. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. And then I won't do one for like reaching 200 or whatever. I'm happy with my 100. If the channel keeps on growing, then that's great. But yeah, I sort of wanted to reach that, and I did. So yeah, really happy about that. Have Sunday lunch in a pub. We did this. It was really nice actually. We went to a carvery. We just booked a last minute pub after going for a walk. So it was really nice. So did that one. I played my saxophone for the first time in about 10 years. This has been on my list of things to do for years and never ever get around to it, but I finally did. Hopefully it won't be the only time I play it, but we'll see. I took a week off from the gym. My mum was away, so I was on dog sitting duties, so that seemed a good reason to kind of not go, and so we just went out for really long walks instead. And actually I didn't really miss the gym. I've been back a couple of times since, but yeah, overall, I didn't really miss it. So it's making me think about whether I want to renew my membership when it comes up for renewal next year. And then for this one, I wanted to have a certain amount in my emergency fund. I'm self employed, so obviously, if I fall ill or if I can't work for whatever reason, I won't earn any money. So I've got a little stash set aside, and I wanted to reach a certain figure, and I have done that. The only reason I haven't coloured it in completely and I've just gone around the edge is because in a couple of months' time, I'm going away, and so the other purpose of this emergency fund is so that if I go away, I can then sort of still pay myself for the loss of earnings that I won't get while I'm away. So I am going to have to dip into this in a couple of months, and so therefore it will go down from the figure that I've achieved. So, yes, I've done it, but that figure isn't going to stay there forever. So, I've sort of done it as like a mini tick, but then hopefully after I come back from being away, I'll be able to top it up again and sort of in a couple of months be able to have like the full amount back in there. So, yeah, that's why that's not completely coloured in. And I think that's it for this month for what I've achieved. So yeah, there's been sort of quite a few tickings off. So yeah, we'll see what happens next month. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the sort of themes I'm going to do for the September pages in my project. So I've bought this from Hobbycraft. It was in a previous haul, and while sort of the theme is autumn, and I'm going to save that mainly for October and November, I am going to use the umbrella one, or a bit of that, and then possibly like this one or this as like a kind of background thing, because I feel like the tartan or the plaid ones are sort of the least autumn or least autumnal ones out of all the other designs, and I'll only need them for just like a little section of it. So yeah, I'm going to use that. And then most of the month was just spent plodding at home, so I'm probably going to use the at-home collection. Might just use a couple of the stickers and one or two of the cutter parts. So yeah, I'm going to use that one. I'm going to use a little bit of this one to talk about the start of term, sort of school's going back. So it's got the crayons. So yeah, I thought that was good. And then there's also the stickers for that one. So I'll probably use a couple of those. And then even though the reason I'm going to use the umbrella one is because we did have like a week at the beginning of September where it felt as though autumn had arrived, but then the rest of the month was actually quite sunny, so I thought I might use that one. It just says shine bright, but yeah, to show that the sun was still out even though the first half of the month was not great. And then I thought I might use these, maybe one of these to just do some journaling on. Probably won't use the floral ones, but maybe this one here, or this one. And then I've just got some more home themed ones because yeah, spent a lot of time at home this month, which I'm absolutely fine with. And then I've got the September ones cut out already, but then when it comes to planning for October, I will use the October page from the day in the life, and then maybe some of the stickers. So yeah, I'm going to get on with doing all the photos for September, and then I will do a little flip through of the past month. Okay, so this is like the title page. I quite like this colour, like the coral colour. So this is from Echo Park. It's their Day in the Life collection, and they do sort of like a monthly There's 12 pages and each one's sort of a theme for a different month. So I've got my little checklist here. So just on there was only a few things I wanted to do this month. So I had to redo my contract for my terms and conditions for my tutoring. I hate that I have to do terms and conditions, but I'd say it reduces people messing me around rather than stops it. But so yeah, I redid that and sort of distributed that out. Because I took the week off from the gym, I wanted to do longer walks with my dog, which I did. And then I had a week of looking after her, which was lovely. So yeah, those were sort of the list for this month. I hit 100 subscribers on YouTube, as I talked about earlier, which I'm really happy about. So yeah, I just took a little screenshot in case that went back to 99. But so far it hasn't, touch wood. So if you're watching and you'd like to subscribe, please do. So yeah, really proud of that. And I also reached 1,000 days on Duolingo. I'm trying to learn Greek, which is very difficult. But while I can't yet have a proper conversation, I've learned lots of words that when I go on holiday to Greece, I can pick out certain words in conversations or reading things off a menu, or if there's a sign that's in Greek and English, I try to read the Greek first, like try to translate it and then look at the English to see if I was correct. So yeah, I'm proud of getting to 1,000 days there. Then this page, I quite like this quote: the best way to get things done is to simply begin. I think that's quite true. This here is Wordle. My partner and I, we do this every morning, and we always started with the word least. We heard that as a little tip because, don't know, just the arrangement of the letters, quite often there was at least one, if not more, that appeared. But today was the day that the word was least, so we got it first go, which was really proud. So yeah, I just put this little sticker from the back to school collection. It just said A+ student. And then on the 1st of September, I actually went to work with my partner. He is a video producer. And so we had a shoot at our local hospital. It was like an induction for all the new doctors, it was really interesting actually. It was sort of like a seminar on like their induction and what to expect and stuff, but it was quite interesting. So yeah, really enjoyed doing that. And then I did some training for invigilating that I do during exam season, so that wasn't very exciting, but it had to be done. Then September seemed to be like a month of two halves of weather. So this was the first week. So yeah, it absolutely poured down with rain. So that's why I put the umbrellas here. And then this picture here, it's getting darker earlier, obviously, as it goes into autumn. So this was taken as I got to my last tutoring lesson. So I can just about get to my last lesson in the light. So from now on, yeah, a lot of my work is going to be in the dark, which I don't like. I don't like driving in the dark, particularly much because of like the headlights and stuff, but we have to do it. And then the rest of the month was pretty good. So yeah, we had this lovely sunny day where I went for a walk by the river, and then down here was lovely and sunny, and there was actually some frost on the grass, which was really nice. So yeah, even though it was cold, it was still sunny, which was lovely. So yeah, I've just put this little sunshine thing there. And then one day, or it was a couple of days, we had some really windy weather. So yeah, this was just my dog's ears flapping in the breeze. So yeah, and I've just put the times of the sunrise and the sunset to show that winter is definitely on its way. And then we had some yummy food. So yeah, it was sort of starting to get into like cozy food. So we made like a meatloaf, and we watched Wednesday. Thought that was really good. And we also made a crumble. And then we got a Greek gyros takeaway. There's an amazing place near where I live that does amazing Greek gyros. So I can get my fix even when I'm not in Greece. And then we went for a Sunday carvery at a pub, which was really nice. So it was cool because you could just load your plate up as much as you want. So yeah, that was really yummy. And then this page is sort of like back to school, resetting, that sort of thing. So I use the crayons and some of the stickers from the back to school collection. So we decorated part of my partner's house. He's just had his bathroom redone. And so there was a cupboard, like a storage cupboard that he had revamped. So we painted the doors and just did a bit of DIY there. I had my hair cut. Normally my hair sort of just past my shoulders, and every autumn I seem to it's like a back to school thing, I sort of have it a bit shorter, but I'm actually considering going even more shorter than this. So yeah, I'll see what I do at my next hair appointment. But yeah, I had a good sort of 3 or 4 inches chopped off. Some of my tutoring students did the 11 plus or the Kent test, which is sort of for grammar schools. There's not many places now that do that in the country, but Kent is still one of them. And so it made them all a little good luck card. And then I had a catch up with my friend who lives in Scotland. We haven't actually managed to speak at all this year. So yeah, just managed to get a screenshot of us during our phone call. So yeah, cool. It was nice to catch up with her. And then this week, my partner moved in with me because my mum was away, so we were on dog duties, and it was sort of like a prelude to us hopefully living together one day. So we cut the grass, we took the doggies for lots of walks, and then we went to the range and sort of had a little mooch around. I like that they let dogs into the range now, so we get to take the doggies there. And these are just some, I think this is from an Echo Park. I think this is the Gather at Home collection or the At Home collection. And then these are from the Day in the Life collection. And then this page, I only had 1 photo left, and I like to sort of finish on a double page so that the next month can start fresh. So I just stuck in some of these cut aparts from the September Day in the Life collection. So stay positive, work hard, make it happen. Sometimes I like quotes like this, but yeah, I thought I'd just stick it in. And then I liked this one because it had lots of space for journaling. So I'm just talking about how I want to do some, I call them like home stretch goals. So from October to December, just some little goals to sort of finish off the year. And I played my saxophone for the first time in about 10 years, so that was a momentous occasion. So I, thought I'd document that. So yeah, that's the month of September. So I'm now going to get ready for the October pages. So I will be back in a second. So then this is the title page for October. Bought some washi tapes from the range recently, which are all autumn themed. For me, October is when autumn starts, even though lots of people have been going on about autumn since September. I'm hoping that, even though it's getting colder, we will still have some sunshine. But yeah, I like sort of the acorns and the pine cones on this. So then I've just started my home stretch goals. So over the next 3 months, I'm self-employed, and so my earnings can be up and down. And over the next 3 months, we've got half term, I'm going away, and then Christmas. So I'm expecting my earnings to be a little bit lower than normal. So I've just put sort of what I'm hoping to earn each month. Sort of that's what I want to strive towards. And then I've left the number blank, but I'm close to a savings target, so I'm hoping that I can reach that. So they're the sort of the 2 main ones that I've come up with now, and then obviously I'll fill the rest in as I think about what want to achieve until the end of the year. So yeah, that's the title page for October. And yeah, thank you very much for watching this one. and I'll be back at the end of October, beginning of November to flip through. So yeah, happy October, happy Halloween, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.